Welcome to a brand new beta and preview for Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version. This is the version 1.19.50.23. Starting with experimental features, API changes. Let's read the changelog. It says, fixed a bug where property velocity would return incorrect values in certain situations. And we do have a bug report. Now, again, this is the more technical side of Minecraft. So if you are interested in this, the changelog is down below. There has also been 2 other changes. Go and read it if you're interested in the API changes. Moving on to bamboo wood set changes. The name displayed for bamboo raft with chest is now raft with chest. We have a bug report. It says the inventory of the raft with a chest is called boat with a chest. Further proving that they literally just retextured the boat and the boat with a chest and called it a raft. So you'll see here, this person's on the raft. It says boat with a chest. So now if you just get on this and you check the inventory, it now says raft with a chest. Mojang, you ain't fooling nobody. But also, when dismounting from raft and raft with chest, the correct tooltip is now shown. We have a bug report. This one is basically the same as the previous one. When you're on a raft and it has the tooltip, it says press space to exit the boat. Again, proving that it's just a retextured boat. So if we get back on this, it now says press space to exit the raft. Moving on to blocks. It says the place prompt is now displayed correctly for all variations of sign and hanging sign when using a controller. Can you please move so we can check this one out? Mobs now pathfind properly on the top of side attached hanging signs. So I've just realized that this looks really cool as a bridge, by the way. But anyway, if a mob was like on this, they couldn't pathfind over it. Kind of like the way they used to have issues with berry bushes, but I can confirm today it does work much better. Changes with camels. Sad camel noises. Players can no longer ride camels through/in deep water. So if you have a camel, get on the camel, put a saddle on the camel, and you now try and go through the water, this thing is gonna sink slower than the Titanic. Whoa, that just booted me off. It literally boots you off a lot better than the Java version. Bro, this is weird. Anyway, you just can't go on water with these guys anymore. Sitting camels do not play the sitting down animation on load anymore. Instead, they are loaded already sitting. So let me show you an example. As you know, camels get tired. And when camels are tired, they just sit down. Now, if you reload your world, what they're going to do is the sitting down animation every single time. So instead of them sitting down, they will actually spawn already sitting down rather than doing the exact motion that that camel just did. Hallelujah, camels can now auto step up 1.5 blocks without jumping. The first thing I would like to show you is camels can now climb up blocks for a start. On Bedrock Edition, they couldn't get up at all. Now, they should be able to step over fences with no problems, as seen there. They're saying 1.5 blocks, which, as you can see there, it can step over a full grass block and a plank at the same time. So finally, that's been fixed. Moving on to commands, running /execute as from command blocks no longer inherits rotation from entity. Moving on to gameplay, fixed an issue where hanging signs could replace spore blossoms and big drip leaf. So as an example here, if you had a spore blossom there and you try to place this down, it would actually delete the spore blossom. That no longer happens. It also says here, fixed an issue where hanging signs could attach to bamboo saplings. So this is quite an interesting one here because as you guys can see, if you have the sapling there, it's actually a full block, which obviously gives reason for a hanging sign to be attached. But one thing I want to show you is if you make this into a double, you can see here how the hitbox changes, but players figured out that you could attach it. Fixed an issue where using pick block on a double bamboo mosaic slab or breaking it would give a bamboo slab. We have a bug report. So instead of returning the mosaic block, it was just giving you the regular bamboo block. So if we double place this and change our game mode to survival, if we were to break this, it would return regular bamboo slabs, not the mosaic one. But as you guys can clearly see, it's back to mosaic. Fixed bamboo saplings not breaking when pushed by pistons. I want to show you a few examples here. We have quite a lot of bamboo there. If we push this, it all breaks. Doesn't matter if it's just a regular sapling, it's going to break. Doesn't matter if it's too tall, it is going to break. General changes fixed a bug where chain command blocks would not activate when delay in ticks was greater than 0. Changes with sound fixed an issue where hanging signs would not be affected by block volume. Features and bug fixes, starting with gameplay. Boats and boats with chest are no longer teleported to 000 when pushed by a piston. We have a bug report. Boats disappear if they are pushed with a piston. So this person showing in this picture that that's where they had it. When they activated it, it teleported over there. So that no longer happens. General fixes. Fixed improper level chunk blending when upgrading pre 1.18 worlds. We have a bug report. New chunks in existing world changing landscape when loaded. So what this is saying is that you're ending with like flat terrain. Now this used to happen on console edition when you upgraded your worlds in a new update. So you can see there's kind of like a cutoff point. Apparently they fixed the blending issue, but it looks like it's still been plaguing players. Apparently it's fixed as of today. Graphical added D3, D12 support for Intel integrated dedicated graphics for compatible drivers. Items fixed issues with book and quill not able to be signed and closed. So I actually had this problem when I was trying to show you guys this. You guys can see you can place these in there. So if you were to just say, hello, YouTube, remember to like video. There's a smiley face. Now it's to click sign, and it's YouTube, for example, here. Author. It's going to be your boy Echo. Soldier, and then we sign and close it. It now works, and I can now hide it inside of there. Changes with realms. Shortened text when uploading worlds and add-ons so it fits in the dialogue. You will no longer get an error message when joining a realm that has been empty for several minutes. Stability and performance. Navigating through the recipe book when the player had items that contained mobs in their inventory no longer causes significant drops in performance. We have a bug report. Beehive/nests containing bees in inventory causes significant lag. So this is the report, and the same issue happened a long time ago. So there's obviously entities inside of there. When they're trying to move it, look how bad it is. I had this exact problem with shulker boxes. Did anybody else? Anyway, apparently today it's been fixed. And just to show you, I'm going to grab myself a regular bee nest here. So if I place this down and break it, you can see it breaks into particles. If I break this one, it drops on the floor. That's because this one has entities inside of it. You can see here, I can move this with no problem at all. Touch controls fixed the dismount button in the new touch control schemes looking blurry. We have a bug report. New touch controls dismount button texture blurry. So you can see it's blurry there, and you can see it's also blurry there compared to these. Moving on to user interface changes. Fixed a bug in Pocket UI inventory screen where items could not be dropped back to inventory in creative mode. Also fixed a bug in Pocket UI inventory screen where the craftable/all toggle could only be changed in the search tab, not in any other tab. On Xbox, camera movement with mouse no longer changes mouse position when menu is reopened. Also, text color for a selected item stack count is now white instead of yellow. Vanilla parity changes. Getting killed by a mob with a renamed weapon no longer produces a death message with a redundant S at the end. And we have a bug report. We experienced this, and you guys pointed it out in my previous betas and previews. In fact, you pointed it out in the last full release. For some reason, when you were killed, it had an extra S at the end. Let's see if that's been fixed. So we have ourselves the pokey sharpness sword. We're just going to get this guy there. / game mode S. We're just going to get killed by this guy. There we go. Come on. The real Echo was slain by the husk using pokies. It still has an S there. Wait. Hold on a second. Let's go back to creative a second. And then let's go to sword. Let's kill this guy. Get that sword back. It says pokey, but it said pokies when I was killed. I think that one's still slightly broken. Just want to run this test one more time against this guy. So he's hit me once, hit me twice. It still has an S at the end. It was not fixed. Changes with Spectator Mode. When entering Spectator Mode while typing on a sign, the sign text screen now closes. If you swap into Spectator Mode while standing alone on a pressure plate, you lose weight and the pressure plate releases. We have a bug report. Some blocks continue to be active after switching player to spectator. So what's meant to happen here is the pressure plate is meant to release as if you're not there, but it's still acting as if that player is there. And technical updates. Let's read the changelog. There are only a handful of technical update fixes this week, but if you're interested, the changelog is below. So sadly, we didn't quite get what Java was given this week, and that is that hoppers are compatible with the chiseled bookshelf alongside spawn eggs for the Ender Dragon, with the boss, Iron Golem, and Snow Golem, but I have been told we're likely to get that next week. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.